Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another fabulous boot review here in the new city, which I swear, a signing video will be coming up soon. If it hasn't already launched, it will be very soon. So, of course, as you could see from the thumbnail, these are the brand new launch colorway Predator Edge Plus. Let's hop into it. All right, fam. So typical for the Plus variations, they come in a really, really cool box. Big Predator logo that's been about the same since, I think a few years ago. I think since the, what was it, Predator Freak, and then before that was the Predator something. Let me know down in the comments below. Little engagement action for you. So this is in a size 9 US. Yep, 9 US. These ones retail for, depending on where you get them from, like the top end retail is $275 for these ones, but they come in a really cool black box. ADIDAS logo here on that side, as you can see from the reflection, and then I'll see if I can get that Predator logo to show up a little bit. There you go, boom, Predator, sweet. So it's a drawer type box, which I think is a super, I love this one. So it's usually diagonally split. Boots are in there facing the opposite direction. So here we go. I'm gonna open it on the B cam this way so you guys get a first look. Wow, okay, I'm seeing from the screen. Holy moly, these are wild looking. Oh, the sole plate's so cool. Look at that. Okay, I think these look excellent. Regardless of whatever anybody else has said online about how these fit, feel, blah, 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 these look super epic. I think these look sick. Let's get these out of the box really quick, and I'll give you guys an idea of what they look like. So in the box comes with a little shoehorn, very cool, and then the Predator, comes with a little ADIDAS card, and then the Predator, here you go. Really simple string bag. I like the ADIDAS string bags. They're really simple and they allow the boots to breathe a little bit, which is awesome. So I'll close this up, get this out of the way. So here we go. Freak Plus, Freak Plus, what am I talking about? Edge Plus. And they're not as high as the Freak Pluses, which I think is super nice. The Freak Pluses were crazy. They were so tall. And one thing that strikes me about the shape of this boot is how wide it is throughout the entire thing. With the Freak Plus, it was really, really wide here, and then it got super skinny in the midfoot and in the heel area. And this one looks much wider just overall, which I think is a pretty cool feature. Let's get this little piece out, and then I'll show you guys here. So it does have a lot of stiffness, but to be honest, it's not as stiff as I thought it was going to be. I'm getting this boot a little bit behind some of the bigger boot reviewers for obvious reasons. Would eventually love to be one of the first people to have a look at these. But guys like Josh from Soccer Reviews for You and some of the guys, J-Mike from Unisport, Josh from SR4U was especially critical of how these fit and feel on feet. So I am very excited to make my own impression as a really wide-footed player, whether or not these are going to be viable to even play in. And yeah, they are a little bit stiffer. It definitely does feel stiff, but I was pretty surprised given what he said. These aren't as stiff in the toe box as I thought they were going to be. Obviously, you lose a little bit of that pliability with how crazy these sort of the ridges are for the grip elements, which, by the way, there are a ton of them. Essentially the entire upper from here all the way around to here is all grip elements. So you're going to get a really grippy sensation on feet, especially when you're on a sticky pitch like an AG pitch or a grass pitch that hasn't been watered in a long time. That's something to keep in mind. It is something you have to get used to because of the stickiness of these rubber elements. Now, they're fused to the upper, which means that they're not actually built in. They will be much more durable, I assume, because they're bigger than those demon skin spikes on the previous generation Freak Plus. Now, the reason for that, obviously, is because you've got more surface area to put the glue, but also there is less opportunity for individual spikes to sort of start to break in areas where you touch the ball the most. So ridges, if you notice up close, the ridges are they're much taller in this area right here where you're going to hit most of your shots. So that area right there where you're going to connect with the ball, that one is a lot higher than, say, the ridges on the lateral side of the boot, which are much more standard. They feel like much more like that Predator LZ that came out a while ago in 2012, I want to say. 2012. But these are a very cool homage colorway wise to those original Predator LZs, which is great. I think this colorway is fantastic. Blue and red, it pops a ton. It makes the grip elements very easy to see. It's very obvious what these are. And I think the Preds, actually, this new generation actually looks really cool. It looks really sleek. There's a lot of diamond texturing on this sole plate, so it's really reflective, and it's got this awesome metallic-y thing, and it's called the Facet frame. I can't read, clearly. That's funny. And then it's got this diamond pattern. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's got a diamond pattern in the bottom of the shoe between the two sole plate pieces. So there's decent flex to the sole plate. It is a bit stiff. Through the heel, it's definitely stiff up until about that much. So no longer do you have a giant piece of material that flops super easily. It's just this little bit of material at the very top, which is really pointy for some reason. I hope this doesn't cut into my Achilles tendon. That would be unfortunate. Worst case scenario is you can just cut it off and be fine. I've actually seen guys, not on this boot, but in other boots, they'll cut a V. So they'll cut a V like this, like that, so that their Achilles tendon isn't bothered when they flex forward. Yeah, because when the boot's like this, right, like it's in your foot, and when you flex this way, that way this point doesn't go into your Achilles. Overall, guys, these are sick. I really like the way these, I personally love the way these look, and I think these are a solid 7.5 out of 10 for me. I just like the color, red and blue. I think it looks really awesome. Adidas logo here with the prime knit upper. I think it's a majority prime knit upper, but it's got it seems like it has a thicker silicone coating on the upper. Yeah, it is pretty stiff. But because of how wide these are through the midfoot, I'm excited to see what they feel like on feet. So without further ado, let's hop into the on feet portion of the video, and then we'll jump into a short play test in a little bit. Here we go. All right, fam, here we go for the on-feet portion in the living room. I just moved the table and flipped the camera angles around a little bit. So I'm gonna use the shoehorn just because I'm not actually sure how easy it's gonna get to be on, but God, these look so cool. And since I've got red and white socks, they'll look extra sick. Let's just get these on feet. I'm really excited to figure out how these fit and feel. Ooh, my sock is coming undone. Yikes, okay. Oh well. All right, here we go. So first things first, put these on, get the shoehorn in, and bending the shoehorn, Jesus. Oh, come on. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna break the shoehorn. Yikes. Okay, they're a lot harder than I thought they were gonna be. Let's just force my foot in there. Oh, ooh, hell yeah. Okay. Definitely snug. Definitely snug. Oh. But, drum roll. Ooh, there we go. All right. Okay, so on feet, the Predator Edge Pluses actually fit really well. They're stiff for sure. They're definitely a stiff pair of boots, but I actually really like the way these fit on my feet. Wasn't sure I was going to say that. Wasn't really sure if that was something that would come out of my mouth for these, but yeah, these are awesome. They're actually really comfortable. We'll see in the on-feet portion on the pitch, actually, if the performance is up to par with what I need to actually play, and I doubt I'll play in these for a game, but they're definitely nice. Like, wow, I'm kind of shocked. These are super cool. On feet, they look spectacular. I think they look really, really cool. Getting a little bit of a hot spot right on the top of my foot. Ooh, ow. That also could just be where my sock bunched up, so that's not something, because the other foot doesn't have that, so my guess is it's just a sock thing. But yeah, first impressions, these are awesome, guys. I really, really, really like these. I think they fit really well. I think there's definitely going to be a little bit getting used to as far as the stiffness goes on the lateral side, but it definitely has a lot more width to it on that lateral side over here, and that gives me confidence that it could break in much easier than those Freak Pluses, which I had as well in that launch colorway, the black and the neon yellow and stuff. So as far as how they fit, I'm super impressed, like really, really genuinely impressed. I'm like, damn, these are, they're difficult to get on, of course, but like really, really comfortable actually. And I think they could mold and get a little bit more soft, hopefully. They fit really snugly, so go true to size for sure. If you want a little bit of extra room, I have 0 on these, and these are a size 9, so if you have to go half a size up, you go half a size up. For laceless boots, I wouldn't recommend doing that. I'd recommend going true to size, but these fit like right at the end of my boot, or right at the end of my foot. So just be aware of that. Definitely be cautious that these are gonna fit super snug because they are a laceless boot. And because they've shortened and made the area of the prime knit right here through that where the laces would be, they made it a little bit smaller. It's definitely going to be a lot more snug and probably going to take a little more break-in time than the Freak Pluses, which of course were last generation that had a much larger laceless area in that laced part. But there's no weird pockets of space. A little bit here in the Achilles as I move my toe forward. There's a little bit there in the back. But as far as like weird ankle space here, which I always have issues with, they don't have that, which is awesome. They've got a ton of structure to the upper. It definitely feels like there'd be really good lateral stability, which is fantastic. And overall, these fit really nicely for a laceless pair of boots right out of the box. I would say actually that these fit better for wide-footed players out of the box than something like the Speedflow Plus, which of course I have broken in now and absolutely love. And you guys know that because it's the second best boot of 2021 as per my list. But as far as like getting into these, my feet don't hurt at all right now. Like I don't feel like they're crushing them, which actually was the case with the Speedflow Pluses. So cross my fingers, if these break in properly, these could be a super cool training boot just to be fun, flashy, enjoy the crazy colors and stuff, and hopefully they break in, get a little bit softer, and ideally they'd be a fantastic playing boot. If not these ones, then definitely the boots that have the laces. So let's hop into the on-feet portion of the video at the pitch, and we'll go straight from there. All right, fam, so I have today the beautiful launch colorway of the Edge Plus. Very excited to try these on the pitch and see how they fit and feel. Let's get these on feet right away. You guys have already seen what they look like on feet, but with a ball and on pitch, we'll see how they go. Laceless boots tend to be kind of hit or miss for me. Sometimes they fit well, sometimes they absolutely suck. It's just kind of up to the way that they're constructed. So they actually get on pretty quick. They're not super hard to get on and off, but there they are on feet on a pitch. They actually look super cool. I really like the way these look, and yeah, these are actually like pretty comfortable. I have a little hot spot right on the top of my foot, but I think that's just my sock. Yeah, it is, okay. Just my sock bunching up, no worries. So they definitely have a little bit more stretch than the laced variation. That's something to keep in mind if you are interested in buying one or the other. And as far as, oh my God, so much grip. Wow, okay. You gotta be you really gotta get used to that grip. Wow. Okay, there we go. Got it under control a little bit more. Yeah, if you can hear, I don't know if you can hear that, but it is squeaking every time it touches my foot. And if my foot's flexed like this,
bounces because of the grip. It like spins straight back into my shin, which is super interesting. But as far as how they fit and feel, I actually really like these. I think these are super cool. They're definitely really stiff. That's something that I need to get used to if I'm going to, ooh, God, what is that? Well, I guess we'll figure it out. It's not hurting, it's just a very weird sensation. Anyway, these go really true to size. So these fit like exactly a 9 US, which is, my toe comes right up to the front of the boot. So that's something to keep in mind if you do want to buy a pair of these. Just make sure that you go true to size, or if you want a little bit of extra wiggle room, go half a size up. I wouldn't recommend that, go true to size, but just be aware that these are gonna fit super snug. At least they do for me. They fit my foot like perfect. So let's see what these are to pass the ball with. Those are pretty good. Lateral stability feels okay. My heel's slipping a little bit, but that's to be expected from a laceless pair. And what I also did note with the laced variation in the low, I haven't decided which one of these reviews comes out first. So if you haven't seen that, I'll give you a little teaser. Those ones definitely have more lockdown in the ankle, but they don't feel as secure as the previous generation Freak 0.1 lows or Freak pluses. I would say these are about equitable as far as lockdown goes to the Freak pluses, which I actually wore for several training sessions, a game or two when I was playing in Australia at the very tail end. So yeah, I mean, again, like I like the way these look. I think these are awesome. I think they're a really cool concept boot, but they are so outrageously stiff. And I really hope that Adidas fixes that part of it and gets that really sorted out. So those are my thoughts. Again, lateral stability is actually pretty good because it's super stiff. It's a really stiff boot. So just be aware of that. If you are interested in purchasing a pair of these, just make sure you go true to size, and ideally, you can get them for below retail. I don't have a discount code, unfortunately, apologies, but we'll get there eventually with the channel. So like the video if you got value from it, subscribe if you haven't already. That's it for the video, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, great sleep, wherever you're at. As always, be awesome, take care. I'll see you guys in the